What is up, guys? It's been a long time. As you can see by the title of this video, today we're gonna be reviewing this Behringer Uphoria UMC 1820. I don't even know the name for it. I just bought it not too long, like 2 months ago. I was looking into buying 18920 from Focusrite, but the price was like $600, and I needed extra outputs to run a little jam session and have everybody can have their own in-ear mix monitor, and I needed the inputs also. And so I saw this bad boy, and the Guitar Center guy was trying to sell me the better, bigger stuff. Don't mind the rain in the background, but I was like, hey, I'm on a budget and I need this like now, today. And he was trying to talk me out of it. I looked at it and I said, you know what, he told me that the major downside was the fact that it didn't come with its own software, so I couldn't do like the in-ear mix monitor thing. But I was like, I went to school for this, sound engineer, I can figure it out. So I went home, hooked it up. I'll show you here. I hooked it up. Here it is, with the rest of my stuff. The little good old preamps. I hooked it up. And then, can I get some more lighting? Okay, there it goes, finally. Got some light on it. Hooked it up, as you can see. Have it in the lineup of things. And as you can see, I have some things connected to it, the monitors. And yeah, so we got it, or I got it. And I bought these little dongles for the output, so I can connect like 7 and 8 and stuff like that. Turned it into a stereo, from mono to stereo. Bought a couple of those, and yeah, I'm gonna show you how I did it using a Logic. So let's go ahead and jump into Logic. So okay, this is gonna be a quick video. I look mad chopped.
Even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget, I still love myself.
Okay, this is gonna be a quick video. Again, just showing y'all kind of what's going on here. The Behringer has 2 headphone outputs, and you can change what comes out of the headphone. So you can do outputs 1 and 2, which is your normal stereo, like your main output. Or you can click a button and it switches to 3 and 4. Now there's a 3 and 4 output in the back that you can use this little piece of equipment that I have here. Use that, or you can just use the stereo knob, so you don't have to use this, and you can use the other ones, whatever. The way I have it here in the session for everybody have their own mix as well as like a main out, is that you can obviously have your main out and not use it as a headphone mix, but I did because we didn't have any speakers. So I had my own mix here at the bottom. The main faders is mine, 1 and 2, and then you go on to bus ends. I had the bus ends here going out to the outputs of the Behringer. So as you can see, there's a send here going to this bus or whatever. So 3 and 4 was Josh, and he had his a compressor on his, so it sounded a lot more glued with all the instruments that were there. And then this is his volume knob, so whatever he wanted, this was his master fader for his in-ears. I'm explaining this horribly, hopefully it's making some sense. And these were in the individual sends, so whatever he wanted up, I just turn up the send. And then same thing, like 5 and 6, output 5 and 6, output 7 and 8, output 9 and 10. Those were all getting routed to a bus, from a send to a bus over here. And the output of this would be, my power is bugging the frick out.
2,000 years later. I
think we're back. Holy crap. These are the tracks, the inputs. My inputs are over here in blue. I had my processing, chain for each one that would then get routed to a send, a bus, from the send to a bus. And for some reason, oh, I know why this is not here. I know there's no internet connection. Please just go away. Get routed to a send, and then to the bus. I'd get routed to the bus. And then the output of this bus would be one of the outputs, the stereo linked mono outputs. I linked them so they become stereo, and then whatever they wanted more of, I would just send. And so these were pre-fader, so whatever I did here for my mix or the main mix would be unaffected by their level of send that gets to their bus. I know there's no internet, thank you. And then at the end, I routed to another bus. This was for effects like reverb and stuff like that. And so I would come to the, you know, the reverb and the auxiliary tracks, whatever, and I would create those sends to go to the buses of the designated in-ear monitor, you know, cheap workaround, whatever. Again, I have my inputs, my chain, processing, whatever, and then the level. If you want to see it, that you send it to the bus, and the level that would be your level of whatever they wanted to hear. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So for $230, you know, not bad. You have plenty of inputs. You have these two in the front, and then you have some more in the back. There we go. You have your line outputs right here, and then you have more inputs, 1/4 inch and XLR. You have the ADAT in and out, so you can make more, like you can have the full capability. The SPDIF, which is, you know, this is really cool for the price point of $230. USB, obviously, to get into your computer. The line outputs that I was pairing, you know, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, to create that stereo link. It has the gain knobs with the Midas preamps, the line and instrument. The downside that I didn't really like is that you like the phantom power is in like groups of 4, so you have to send phantom powers through like 1 and 4, and then 5 and 8. So you have to be very careful, like pick and choose. So another thing that was really weird was this monitoring thing. You know, I had it all the way to the left, and so I was like, dude, it's not working. What the heck? But it's because the mix was like all the dry signal that was coming in. So like I was playing something through YouTube and it wasn't working. So you kind of have to blend it, you know. I usually just have it all the way to the right if I'm like trying to listen to all the processing and whatnot. It has to make it mono, so that's cool. And then if you want to hear the main outs or just, you know, 1 through 8, I normally have it in 1 and 2, the main outs, and have it all the way to the right. And then you have your main knob, which is cool. The headphone jacks I was talking about that are already stereo. You can click the button for 1 and 2. I mean, click the button for 3 and 4, and then just click it again to pop it back out for your main out. You're supposed to have it in, I think, for ADAT, yes, to communicate with your computer, because if you turn it off, it'll go like full analog and you won't see it on your computer. But I like it. It's chill little interface for what I was doing. You know, you don't necessarily need the software. You can just route everything through a DAW, a DAW, and as long as you know what you're doing, you know, you can use it to monitor, you know, different in-ear mixes, or if you're setting different things. This was my way of doing it, and it worked out perfectly. The latency was great. Like, I didn't have any issues, and it was awesome. So far, I mean, I'm gonna keep it, and hopefully I can get to that, you know, Focusrite, so I can make a video on that. But yeah, hopefully I make more videos now that I'm a little more stable and have a full-time job in the audio and video industry. But it's cool, man. Thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate y'all so much. See you guys. Bye bye.